What if I tell you that one of the top industry in the world is going through a massive transformation in one of the smallest Asian country? We're here today in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, to discuss about the metal manufacturing industry, the opportunities and the challenges for foreign investors who would like to buy and purchase made in Vietnam metal goods. Let's get into it. Vietnam is not a newcomer in the metal industry. Back in the 50s, the country was mainly focusing on its domestic market, supporting the war efforts. But things changed drastically since the country opened up in the late 80s, early 90s. Since then, Vietnam surged and became one of the most leading countries producing metal goods. Nowadays, according to the World Steel Association, Vietnam is ranked the 13th largest exporter in the world for crude steel production in 2022. It makes it one of the largest exporter and most dynamic country worldwide. Before we get into the topic of this video, we are moved to Asia, a sourcing company in Vietnam, helping foreign buyers to identify reliable suppliers and helping from A to Z to start manufacturing products in Vietnam. So let's start by an overview about the metal manufacturing market in Vietnam. Some of the key players in hardware and metal manufacturing that have chosen Vietnam are Stanley, Black & Decker, Bosch or East-West Manufacturing. These companies produce a range of products from hardware and tools to wire and finished metal goods. They have invested billions of dollars in building their facilities and hiring local workers in Vietnam. But why Vietnam? Vietnam is actually an attractive destination to manufacture metal goods. First, Vietnam has a young and talented workforce that is cheaper compared to other manufacturing countries. Second, Vietnam has a stable political and economic environment that offers incentive and tax break for foreign investors. Then Vietnam has a strategic location that allows easy access to other markets in Asia and beyond. Finally, Vietnam has a growing middle class who demands high quality products and services. But what makes Vietnam attractive for foreign buyers looking to buy and manufacture metal goods? Well, the first reason is because of the diversity and quality of metal products and manufacturers that you can find in the country. Let's discuss about some of the best product ideas that you can find in Vietnam. Vietnam produces a wide range of hardware and metal products such as wire, stamped metal, finished metal goods, furniture, industrial shelving, and many more. Products range from basic hand tools like hammers, wrenches, and screwdrivers to advanced industrial machinery like CNC machine, lathes, and presses. Vietnam is also having a diversity of metal materials. Let's talk first about aluminum. Aluminum is lightweight, strong, and corrosion-resistant metal that is widely used for making cans, foils, and window frames, spare parts, and more. Vietnam has a large aluminum industry with several smelters and refineries that produce high-quality aluminum ingots, bars, rods, sheets, and coils. The country exports aluminum products to many countries, especially in Asia and Europe. Next, metal materials, we have stainless steel. Stainless steel is durable, shiny, easy to clean metal that is ideal to make cutlery, cookwares, appliances, medical equipments, and more. Vietnam has a growing stainless steel industry with several mills and factories that produce various grades and shape for stainless steel products. Another important metal product in Vietnam is iron. Iron is strong, magnetic, versatile metal that is used for making steel, cast iron, rough iron, and more. Next metal materials, we have mild steel that is a low carbon steel, easy to weld, cut and shape. Mild steel is used to make structural components, pipes, tubes, wire, nail, screw, and more. Vietnam has a large mild steel industry with several rolling mill and wire drawing plants that produce to exports. Thanks to Vietnam's abundance of natural resources to be able to provide raw material for Vietnam manufactured, it has become one of the leading and more dynamic manufacturing countries in the region. Let's now talk about some of the top manufacturers that you can consider and approach if you want to start manufacturing metal goods in Vietnam. The first manufacturer is Hoa Phat Group. They are one of the biggest metal manufacturers in Vietnam with an annual revenue over $3 billion US. So they are keen to collaborate with international and big scale partners. Moving on, we have Metal Vietnam, that is a fast growing metal production company. They started out as a niche metal manufacturer for specific industry, but they have recently expanded their scope to become a general manufacturer open to international clients. They have a wide range of metal products and services such as casting, forging, and machining. Another key player in the Vietnamese market is Nam Kim Steel Joint Stock Company. They are one of the largest steel producers in Vietnam with a market share over 20%. They have modernized production facilities that can produce various types of steel products such as galvanized steel, pre-painted steel, and cold rolled steel. They have a strong export capability with customers in over 50 different countries worldwide. Last but not least, we have Daewoo Lance International, a Vietnam-Japanese joint venture. They have heavily invested in upgrading their steel sheet production facilities using advanced technology and equipment. They can produce high-quality steel sheets for various applications such as roofing, cladding, and flooring. So now you get an idea about which type of products can be done in Vietnam, as well as who are some of the biggest players in this industry. Now, what are the key considerations that you must know before starting contacting such suppliers and manufacturers of metal products in Vietnam? The first one is obviously your MOQ. Depending on the scale on your project, you must know if you are going to contact a low-scale manufacturer, we can even call it like a small family business, or you have to go to a bigger scale manufacturer. So defining your MOQ ahead your project will lead you to the most potential manufacturers that you can contact. The second thing is which are your key exporting market and do you need any certificates and standards from the company. In Vietnam, you have a big range of manufacturers from a very, very small and family business until a big corporation that we mentioned earlier. The smaller one won't have any certificates and the big one will be able to fulfill most of the high quality standards and certificates that are requested to meet with international standards. The third thing you have to consider is also quality-wise. What do you expect? Do you expect a product that is cheap with low MOQ, so indeed the quality may be lower, or are you looking to a manufacturer that's able to deliver and produce a test order and also scale up and keep a certain standard? If you aim for that, you will need to have in Vietnam either your team that will fly here to do quality inspection and quality control, or you will need to hire a third-party agency to take care of this QC. Last key consideration that you have to consider is about the communication and language barrier that you may encounter along the way. Indeed, some of the small-scale manufacturers won't have English-speaking staff in-house. Then you will need to communicate either in Vietnamese or hire a third party to make sure that your product specification are well understood from the manufacturer. Now you are aware about some of the consideration and must-known facts dealing with Vietnamese manufacturer. You may ask, how do I connect and how do I find the most potential manufacturers to fulfill my needs? You have a couple of options. The first one is attending to one of the trade shows happening in Vietnam. So indeed, we have to fly in the country, such as the Vietnam Expo and the Hardware and Tools Expo in Vietnam. We are actually today visiting this expo in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. From those trade shows, you'll be able to engage, get catalogs, and see different range of potential manufacturers. The next step will be also to visit their factory. From those visits, you get an idea about what is the current ongoing orders, check a bit the production line, and make sure that the standard and the certification are the one you are expecting. The second way you can also engage a first discussion with manufacturers is to go online. You have some platforms such as Alibaba and global sources that are able to provide you a direct point of contact with trading companies or directly with the manufacturers. You can go on this website and tick the box that is location in Vietnam. From that, you can directly narrow down your search to Vietnamese manufacturers and directly engage a first discussion with them. Then the third channel that you can use is using sourcing companies that will be able to have directly already indoor foot and connection with such manufacturers, and knowing exactly from your product specification and MOQ which are the most potential manufacturers that you should approach. You will save time and already have a warm-up introduction and directly engage conversation to make sure you won't face any language barrier and save time. You don't have to fly in Vietnam. So that's the three channels that you can consider to engage discussions and find the right suppliers to fill your needs. So as you may have understood, Vietnam become one of the rising star in manufacturing metal products. Indeed, if you are already used to manufacture and to work with China, you may find difficult and challenging to reallocate your supply chain to another country and to find the key manufacturer that will be able to deliver and then to match the standard you are expecting. Remember, you are not alone. You can use local agents in Vietnam, and we are actually one of the points of contact you can reach. Drop us a message, send us your product specification and MOQ, and my team in Ho Chi Minh City will look around and find you the best manufacturer you can work with. For big scale project, we are also able to find the right manufacturer, do QC, and take care from the A to Z to your entire procurement journey, so you have a point of contact and then trustworthy partner in Vietnam that can take care of your manufacturing projects. You find more detail below in the description, so don't hesitate to check out our services and drop us your inquiry. If you have any matters, any other topics you would like to discuss, also go below in the comment section, write us a message, and we'll be very happy to give you some first hints and guide you in your metal manufacturing journey in Vietnam. If you enjoy the video, leave a thumbs up, and I see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Down and I'ma get it right. Get on sight like